So looking at this current Bitcoin price action, we can see, guys, the price of Bitcoin right now is flashing us a very interesting scenario. A scenario which is pointing us where the price in the medium short term and even for the upcoming days might be possibly heading. So before I dive into it, please do me a favor and destroy that like button. And to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much. Now let's jump into our leading indicator, because according to this leading indicator, as you can see, Bitcoin looks like coming back for a retest around this CPR trend line, one of the most important trend line which we are not allowed to break. According to this leading indicator, top, central and the bottom CPR line which sits in between 100 to 103,000, this trend line is not allowed to break at any cost, because if this gets broken, if Bitcoin breaks below this CPR trend line for the month of June, the upcoming scenario for Bitcoin could look somehow like this. I mean, Bitcoin coming for a retest around this monthly S1 line, the first bearish target for the month of June, which sits around $94,000. But I have been very clear with you guys, even if the price starts showing weakness, gets attracted in between 90, 95,000, to simply zoom out, because in a bigger picture, a pullback like this could be giving us a great buying opportunity, and Bitcoin after that could show a continuation in this manner, a U-shape or a V-shaped type of recovery. And why? Because I've been very clear with you guys, Bitcoin for the month of June has printed an ascending CPR. Ascending CPR means the top, central and the bottom trend lines for the month of June is higher than the previous month. I mean, from the month of May, right? You can see this CPR trend line is lower than the new CPR for the month of June, which only gets formed during uptrend. I mean, during downtrend, you will see CPR trend lines forming a descending CPR, which also pulls the price along with it. But during uptrend, you will see ascending CPR starting to form, which only happens during uptrend. So in our case, if we look at this CPR trend line carefully, Bitcoin has officially started to print an ascending CPR. So what I'm trying to pinpoint is that since this here is an ascending CPR which only gets formed during uptrend higher than the previous month CPR, even if the price shows a continuation in this manner, it could be a great buying opportunity, because Bitcoin after testing this key trend line could be making a U-shape or a V-shaped type of recovery. But we are aware at the moment this CPR trend line around 100 to 103,000 will be acting as very important support, and parallelly even the upper trend line from this descending broadening, which will be acting as a very strong line of support, because in the past price action this same trend line rejected us. I mean, the upper trend line from the descending broadening wedge was looked as a very strong resistance. But in our case, Bitcoin is clearly above this trend line, which now will be looked as support. So support from this CPR trend line, support from this upper trend line is there holding us above 102, 103,000. So if we manage to remain above this trend line, we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to continue with this uptrend and follow this descending broadening wedge with price objective around $130,000, $140,000. Yes, guys, a very bullish target will be lining up if the price holds the support above 100 to 103,000. But if it fails to do that, Bitcoin fails to hold the support above 100 to 103,000, in that case, this bullish continuation will have to wait. I mean, I just showed you a pullback towards this S1 line means a pullback in between 90,000 to 95,000, find bottom around that area, and then a recovery in this manner. I mean, Bitcoin making a U-shape or a V-shape type of recovery, because we are aware in a bigger picture, pullback could be giving us a great buying opportunity. And now, if you look at this weekly candle, you can see, guys, Bitcoin has been turning very bullish each and every time it got attracted towards this rising trend line. I mean, in the past price action, you can see we got attracted towards this rising trend line, which later resulted in a bullish continuation, a pullback around this rising trend line, which later resulted in a bullish continuation, and same thing has unfolded again and again. So in our case, Bitcoin is still holding the previous resistance area around 102,000, 103,000. So if the weekly remains above this trend line, there is no need to worry. We are expecting this uptrend to continue in this manner. But if it fails, even if the price fails to continue with this uptrend, shows a continuation to the downside, you can see the same trend line could be retested, which will be acting as support above 90,000. So that's why 95,000, we have extremely important support above that area. So any sort of a pullback, even this 50 exponential moving average will be acting as additional support for Bitcoin. Yes, guys, this rising trend line 50 exponential moving average, which in the past price action also played a very, very important role. I mean, you can see each and every pullback around this blue line, right? You can see Bitcoin showed a very, very bullish move. So if the price in the medium short term starts showing weakness and gets attracted around 95,000, you can see in that case, we will be testing the support from this S1 line. Bitcoin will be testing the support from this rising trend line and even the support from this 50 exponential moving average, which could be preparing ourselves for a continuation in this manner. And now, not just only this, even if you look at this CryptoAnup buy sell indicator, because at the moment, along with the support from this horizontal trend line, support from this upper trend line, support from this CPI trend line, we also have support from our indicator CryptoAnup buy sell indicator. But in the medium short term, yes, indicators are slowly turning bearish. I mean, if you look at the MACD has started to form a bearish cross. RSI looks like heading below 50 and T3CCI already in a negative territory, which is clearly indicating weakness. So in the medium short term, there could be more pullbacks. Bitcoin could dip below 100,000, but even if that plays out, I just want you guys to zoom out, because in a bigger picture, a pullback like this could be giving us a great buying opportunity. And now, before I switch on to other chart, I just want to make you guys aware about the bonus or free reward available for our community member from Bybit. Yes, guys, join me on Bybit and unlock up to $30,050 in exclusive reward. If you haven't claimed it, then please, the link is in the description down below. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to grab this opportunity. And now let me show you why, along with the indicator which are showing weakness, why the price in the medium short term could show furthermore downtrend, because we have officially broken the support from this rising trend line. Rising trend line is a bearish continuation pattern. I mean, ascending channel, rising channel. So if we monitor this price movement carefully, you can see the lower trend line support has been already broken. So if the price in the medium short term shows a continuation in this manner, please, I don't want you to panic. I just showed you in a bigger picture, a pullback like this could be giving us a great buying opportunity, because we are aware a pullback in between 90 and 95,000 is not just only the test around the first bearish target according to our leading indicator, but parallelly a pullback around 90 95,000 means just a pullback from this previous resistance area, which could be retested. I mean, the upper trend line from this descending broadening wedge, which is a bullish continuation pattern in a weekly time frame, could be retested. So a pullback around this trend line means a simple retest, which could be preparing ourselves for a continuation in this manner, just like as shown here in an example. Because if we simply zoom out and look at this in a monthly time frame, you can see Bitcoin still looks very, very bullish. I mean, each and every time before the price started with an actual markup phase or a bull phase, we were following this expansion trend line. And when we went through the halving, this expansion trend line turned out to be the last line of support, which later resulted in a parabolic move. Second halving, you can see we were following this expansion trend line, and when the price got gravitated around this expansion trend line, a parabolic move. Each and every time whenever the price of Bitcoin went through the halving while following this expansion trend line, it has done very, very bullish. So even in our case, when we went to the fourth halving in 2024, you can see Bitcoin was following this expansion trend line. So if this scenario continues, Bitcoin, just like from this past price action, then Bitcoin, after some pullback around 95,000, could still show a continuation in this manner. I mean, I strongly believe Bitcoin could head in between 140, 150,000 and only after that get exhausted. But until then, we are expecting this uptrend to continue, and any sort of a pullback here could be just a buying opportunity for the long run. So these were some of the quick update that I wanted to share with you in this video. If you enjoyed my vlog, then please guys, do not hesitate to destroy that like button, and to those individuals watching this for the first time, to hit that subscribe button. And by saying this, I'm signing out until next time. Bye bye.